Good morning. I'm meteorologist Jeff Gerber. For the next 15 minutes, we're going to be streaming about your local weather here in Southeast Texas. Also, we'll be looking at some weather across the country, and we'll look at the tropics as well. We have a couple of things now that the Hurricane Center is watching far out in the Atlantic. I don't think any one of those are going to be really impacting us here in Southeast Texas, but we'll take a look at those for a minute or two. And of course, we'll be looking at the next 7 days as far as our forecast is concerned. Looks like it's going to be holding pretty steady. Matter of fact, not a lot really going on in our weather. I'm hoping I can talk for the 15 minutes we have slotted for this stream, but I think we'll be able to fill it all in. Here is a look at what you can expect for the rest of the day. It looks a lot like what we saw yesterday. Temperatures up there into the lower 90s through the middle part of the afternoon with a couple of showers maybe popping up and maybe even lingering till around 6 o'clock. I should have maybe put 20% there by 6 o'clock as well, with temperatures back into the upper 80s and then upper 70s by 10 o'clock. Look off towards the east today. That's where some of the showers could be coming from. We have an east wind, and we could see some rain developing through parts of Louisiana late this afternoon into this evening, and then drifting over into southeast Texas here by late in the afternoon. So something we'll be watching for. Allergy report. Basically, we're talking about things down a little bit for today, but still there are some high spots here. Weed is heavy, medium on tree, mold is medium, and then grass is down towards 2 or low on the low side. So allergy report overall is down a little bit, but still looking fairly healthy in some of the categories. All right, let's take a look outside on our Roofing 911 live Skycam network. This is first stop is in Lake Charles. See somebody on their boat heading out over towards the port of Beaumont for this morning, and you can see clear skies out there. We're seeing clear skies all across the region. Like I said, we could see some clouds building though later on this afternoon and bring in a few showers here and there. That water looks very inviting with that boat and everything. I wouldn't mind being out there taking a ride right now. As we take a look up in Jasper, once again, not a cloud to be seen on our Roofing 911 live Skycam network. This camera brought to you by Provalis. Actually, our camera's on top of their building there as we look down towards Highway 96, which is just down the road there in Jasper. And across the street there is the Jasper County Courthouse, but we can't see that right now. But not looking too bad up in the Jasper area. Some sunshine out there. Temperatures in the 80s, so it is warm. It is humid. So you might want to have some water handy if you're going to be trying to get in some steps or something like that this afternoon outside, maybe going to the park, taking a walk. A little bit more sunshine over there towards the Horseman's Western Store in Orange. As we look down I-10, looks like traffic's going along pretty smoothly through the Orange area for this morning on our Roofing 911 live Skycam network, currently showing 87 degrees in Orange, humidity at 59%, and a little bit of a northeasterly wind at about 6 to 7 miles per hour. That'll turn a little bit more easterly maybe late in the day, but generally a northeasterly wind, like I said, and like Orange and places like say Deweyville, Mauriceville, you probably have a little bit better chance of maybe catching some showers later on this afternoon as some of those track from Louisiana back into southeast Texas, back in towards Packer-LaPrée, and you can see once again just clear skies out there as we look at the Jefferson County Courthouse from Packer-LaPrée. Currently 86 degrees. Humidity once again in the 50s, which is not too bad, 57%, and we're seeing a little bit of a north wind there at about 4 to 5 miles per hour, and quiet conditions. Not much going on right now this morning, but like I said, we could catch a shower or thunderstorm late this afternoon into this evening, so we'll be waiting for that. Let's see if we can go to one more camera before we go ahead and move on to some temperatures and looking at what's going on around the rest of the country. As we take a look right here from our 12 News studios, we look down I-10 and things are quiet out there for this morning. As going out to lunch here in the next half an hour or so, looks like it'll be okay on I-10. This camera brought to you by Mid-County Plumbing. Once again, blue skies out there looking pretty good for this late morning hour. Temperature wise, we're starting to work our way up towards 90. Orange and Woodville pretty close, about 89 degrees right now. Not too far from there is Jasper and Kirbyville at 88. Beaumont's at 86, Port Arthur's at 87. For some reason this morning, still haven't been getting a temperature from Silsbee, so hopefully that'll pop up here the next day or so. Satellite and radar across the state. There are some clouds across the state, but nothing much showing up as far as any rain. Don't see a whole lot of activity. Now, like I said, we're watching over towards Louisiana today. We can see a couple of these showers and thunderstorms start to develop And then you notice the ones that have popped up over parts of Mississippi, you notice how they kind of drift off towards the south and west. Well, we could see that again for later on this evening, or at least late this afternoon. A couple of these showers, thunderstorms pop up, and they move back into parts of southeast Texas here. So something we'll be watching for. I'm not expecting a lot of that activity, so we'll go 20%. One thing to maybe watch out for late this afternoon is, seen it a few times, is some of these showers or thunderstorms kind of come together a little bit and produce a strong little thunderstorm, producing some lightning, some heavy rain that might last for a good 30 minutes or so. Or we could just catch a couple of showers. We'll have to wait and see what develops and how it all comes together this afternoon. But if you live, like I said, places like Deweyville, Mauriceville, say Kirbyville, down towards Orange, you want to kind of keep an eye off towards the eastern sky for maybe some building clouds and some few showers or thunderstorms late today. Around the rest of the country, we have some active weather in certain places across the U.S. Let's take you up towards the northern plains. Looks like western Nebraska, parts of Wyoming getting some rain and thunderstorms for this morning. South Dakota getting some pretty heavy rain. It looks like this stuff's all kind of drifting up into parts of maybe up into North Dakota for later on this afternoon. And on the backside here, we've got some activity up into parts of Montana as well. So the purple box here, that might indicate some wintry type precipitation up into some of the northern Rockies for this morning. I'll have to check on and see what that is. I didn't see that purple box up there earlier, so interesting. And then as we look out on the west coast, very quiet conditions out there on the west coast. A lot of moisture coming in through Mexico, heading up into maybe southern parts of New Mexico and into Arizona. Maybe a couple of showers that way. Most of the state is pretty quiet here in Texas. And then as we look over towards parts of the east coast, we see area of low pressure producing some showers up through, looks like maybe Delaware, Virginia, up into the nation's capital, also back into Maryland there. A few showers here and there. Florida looks pretty dry. Southeastern corner of the U.S. looks pretty dry. Maybe some showers and thunderstorms up to northern parts of Wisconsin, headed for the UP of Michigan for this morning. So there is some active weather around the country. Nothing really for us, at least right now, but like I said, if we watch Futurecast, it does show a possibility of some activity late today. We'll get up into those lower 90s, so we'll see some clouds build across the area. And then this doesn't show it till later on in the evening, but I think it could happen a little bit earlier than that. Could see some showers over towards Louisiana, maybe an isolated thunderstorm, and kind of working their way back into parts of southeast Texas here late in the day. So we'll put in a small chance of a few showers here and there. Temperatures as we head towards tomorrow morning will be dropping back down to the lower 70s, upper 60s. And then as we get into tomorrow afternoon, once again, a small chance for a few showers here and there as we go partly cloudy skies. Highs will be back up into the 90s as we go into Wednesday afternoon. As we take a look at the tropics, a couple of areas that the Hurricane Center is watching. One is just now coming off the coast of Africa, and then this other one we've been watching for the last couple of days. It's starting to get a little bit of a twist there, starting to get a little bit more organized, and Hurricane Center says this one has a really good chance of development. They're going 90% chance of development as we go through the next 7 days, but we could probably see something develop here over the next couple of days. We'll have to wait and see. But all indications are right now this is going to be drifting back up into the northern or out into the open Atlantic, too far east of the east coast to really give them any problems. Of course, it's not going to be messing with the Gulf at all. So something we'll be watching, but not too concerned about. But like I said, it does look like it's starting to get a little bit more organized. And then that one coming off the coast, that one is a couple of weeks out. So we'll watch it. But right now, it doesn't look like a good chance for any type of development there. Along our coast today, a little bit of a northeasterly wind, anywhere from about 5 to 10 knots, seas about 2 feet. Only one high tide today, and that was at 1:56 this morning. So way early this morning. We won't see another one until tomorrow. Only one low tide, and that's coming up around 6 o'clock for tonight. Our sunrise getting a little bit later and later. 7:02 this morning. Our sunset getting a little earlier. Tonight it's 7:20. We'll go with mostly smooth conditions on the inland lakes and bays today. A little bit of a north wind right now off Texas Point, about 7 to 12 miles an hour. Water temperature there at about 88 degrees in the Gulf. As we look at our forecast for today, we'll go partly cloudy skies developing through the afternoon. And with that, we'll go with about a 30% or 20% chance of maybe a few scattered showers or maybe even an isolated thunderstorm. Generally an east wind by late in the day, between 3 and 8. Right now we're looking at more of a north and northeasterly wind, and then temperatures into the lower 90s as we go into the afternoon, anywhere between about 90 to 93, somewhere in that range. Most of us will see, most of the areas will be about 91, 92 for today. Then tonight's forecast, we'll clear the skies out. We'll go mostly clear skies, no rain expected, kind of light and variable winds across the area, and we'll generally see temperatures once again. Most areas will be lower 70s. We could see some upper 60s thrown in like we did this morning, especially as you get up into northern parts of, say, Jasper, Newton counties, up towards the southern end of Toledo Bend. You could see some upper 60s there. And places like maybe Beaumont at the Municipal Airport, we've been seeing a couple of upper 60s. Might see a temperature sneak down into around 68, 69 by tomorrow morning. That is a small possibility there. Here's our 7-day forecast, and not a lot of change here. Pretty much every day looks about like the day before. We'll see highs anywhere between, say, 91 or 90 to 92 each afternoon, and then our morning lows pretty much stay around 71, 72 until we get towards Monday with a little bit more moisture. We'll go a little warmer there at about 74. But each afternoon, about a 20% chance of a shower or thunderstorm popping up, mainly during the late part of the afternoon into the early evening, so something to watch for. And then Saturday, maybe a little bit drier. As we head towards Sunday, we'll bring back that 20% chance of a few showers here and there. And then by Monday, could see a little disturbance come in. And with that, we'll go about a 30% chance of some scattered showers and thunderstorms. So maybe a little bit better chance of some rain popping up then. But overall, not a bad forecast. I wish we could get a little bit more rain. Officially, we are over 7 inches behind out of the Jack Brooks Regional Airport as far as rainfall. So it's pretty dry in some spaces, especially, like I said, towards the airport, towards mid-county. Rain would be a good thing right now since it's been so dry. I want to give you a phone number. This number is a number that you can actually text in and ask us any type of questions. It's 409-749-9302, and you can text us that number anytime. Now, we don't take calls on this phone or on this line, but we definitely do take text messages at 409-749-9302. And if you have questions about hurricane season, maybe you have an event coming up this weekend, you can definitely text us and ask us about what the weather situation is going to be like at that time, and we'll let you know. We check the phone periodically. Patrick Vaughn always checking the phone in the evenings, and I'll do it during the morning hours, and we'll try to get back to you as fast as we can. But definitely something that a resource that you can definitely take advantage of if you have any weather questions out there. Once again, we're taking a look outside. We have just some clear skies across southeast Texas. Temperatures are warming up. We're getting close to 90. We'll probably be right at about 90 here at the lunch hour, and then get up into those lower 90s through the middle part of the afternoon. Not seeing any clouds as of yet, but we are expecting some clouds to develop later on for this afternoon. All right, we're going to get ready to wrap up this stream. Once again, every morning between, say, 11:30, 11:45. This is when we do our morning weather stream. And then in the evenings, Patrick will do a weather stream between 6:30 and 6:45. So if you can't catch the morning one, I definitely want to catch the evening one. Or some folks who love the weather, you might want to catch both of them. We appreciate you watching. Especially watching the whole thing. 15 minutes is kind of a long time, but it gives you a really good look at the weather, especially a lot better look than the say 2 to 3 minutes we typically get to doing a newscast, where we kind of have to go through things fairly quickly to fit it into that newscast. So this is a nice way to give you a really good look at what's going on, not only here but across the country, out in the tropics, and sit back, have a cup of coffee, and see what's going on weather-wise. All right, we're going to round up.